Lieutenant Wilson here, just checking in with you. A lot has changed since we were last together, and I just want to make sure that you are doing okay. So before we get started, I'm going to ask that you get a piece of paper and a pen, and you are going to help me and your fellow cadets. So, what a crazy turn of events and situation that we're in. The COVID-19 crisis has put us all in a tailspin, and we need to make sure that we take care of ourselves and each other, and this is how we're going to do that. So this is the first of a weekly mental health check-in. Send me some information, what you're doing based on the information I'm going to talk about, and then we can help each other, okay? So, mental health, what is it? Mental health is our emotional well-being, and it is just as important as our physical health. So we all know that eating vegetables and getting some physical exercise is good for our physical health. Well, we also have to take care of our mental health. So our emotions, our feelings, our attitude, and not one thing works for everybody, right? We know Captain Palumbo likes to run. I do not. I would rather walk and do yoga. So, first of all, we want to make sure that you know that anything you are feeling is normal, it is a valid feeling, and your feelings matter. You may be angry or anxious or sad, or you may not know what you're feeling, and that's okay. We want you to know that you're not alone. Adults are also struggling with the daily information that is changing on the loss of schedules, maybe being laid off from work. So there's a lot going on right now. Can you make a list? Make a list of what you're feeling. Once we have the list and we can name our feelings, then we'll know how we can address them and work on them. Please do remember that even though you are entitled and your feelings are valid, and you're still responsible for your actions and for your words. So just because you're angry and you don't know how to deal with it, it doesn't give you the license to trash the living room or be really mean to your brother or sister, okay? We're still responsible for our behaviors and our words. So try to keep that in mind while we are working through our feelings, okay? And make sure you take the time to actually feel those feelings. A lot of times we can bottle things up, put them in a box, a figurative box, and just put them in the corner and forget about them. Well, they do fester. So let's feel it, let's deal with it, and then let's move on. All in hopes of creating a better headspace and keeping you positive and safe and healthy. Number 2, how are you staying busy? You now have quite a bit of free time on your hands. So what are you doing to keep busy? Did you know that it is better for your mental health to stay active and to keep a routine and a schedule? Well, our regular schedule was thrown out the window. So how about trying to make a new one for what we're going through now? So I would recommend making sure that you're getting up at a decent time, breakfast, shower, get dressed. I know you're not really going anywhere, but you'll feel better if you are prepared for the day. What are you doing during the day? Are you doing some reading? Are you doing something creative? Tell me what you're doing so that we can share your ideas with your fellow cadets. Number 3, find ways to connect with your friends and families. Being a teenager, your number one focus is being social and friends and making connections. So how are you doing that now? Now that we can't physically be with one another, how are you experiencing connection and friendship? What platforms are you using? What are you doing? For example, this past Saturday, my family who lives up north in Bobcaygeon and I had a dinner party. So my mom and I made the same meal and we had a Zoom meeting. So we had dinner together and it felt like I was actually there. that helped my mental space because I felt connected with my family. We were laughing. It was all very positive. So it definitely helped with my mental health. So make me a list. Tell me what platforms you're using. How are you staying connected? With this extra time that we have, what do you want to do that's new? Is there a new skill that you want to learn? A musical instrument? Do you have a guitar that's sitting in the corner in your room that you haven't touched? Maybe it's time to pick it up and give it a try. A new language, perhaps? There's all kinds of programs online that you can learn a new language. Focus on you, on how to improve any aspect of your life. So maybe you have physical fitness goals. Now's a great time to work on those too. We need to be kind to yourself and each other. So how are we spreading love, not germs? Supporting local businesses, dropping off gifts, food, treats, flowers to friends and relatives so that they know that I'm still thinking of them, even though I can't be with them. I love them, and let me know how you're going to help somebody else. Maintaining your physical distance, of course. What tools are in your toolbox? How are you going to take care of you? Maybe it is exercising. Maybe it is being creative in any medium. So whether that is drawing, paint, music, dance, go give it a whirl. Maybe you want to talk to somebody. If you don't have anyone to talk to, please know that the Kids Helpline is still open 24/7. One last tool in your toolbox could be religion or faith or spirituality. Don't be afraid to lean into that, to draw strength and comfort from that. Make your lists. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me what you're feeling. How are you keeping busy? How are you helping others? How are you spreading love, not germs? Send all that information to me, charlenewilson74@gmail.com, and we will collaborate those lists and share them with your fellow cadets. Please remember that you are not alone in this. We are all there with you, and if you need someone to talk to, reach out. Okay? Our feelings are valid, and we all need support at this time. So don't be afraid. Reach out. Let's talk.